It was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime, a Caribbean getaway on the Carnival horizon for a blended family starting a new tradition of sun, sea, and celebration. But for 18-year-old Anna Kepner, a varsity cheerleader with plans to join the Navy, the vacation would end in a room she shared with the people she trusted most. A housekeeper would find Anna unresponsive, hidden under a bed, wrapped in a blanket, and covered in life vests. The cause of death? Asphyxiation. And the prime suspect? The 16-year-old stepbrother who slept just feet away from her. Today, we are diving deep into the tragic, unanswered questions surrounding the death of Anna Kepner. Before we dive into today's video, if you enjoy what I do here, please consider subscribing to the channel. It only takes one quick click and goes a long way in helping me out. I also want to let you all know that I'm planning on doing a merch store giveaway. With the holidays right around the corner, I thought we could have some fun with this year's giveaway. So here's the deal. If we get this video to 2,000 likes, I will give away an item from the merch store to anyone who comments on this video. So simply hit that like button and leave a comment, and you're entered into the running. The winner of the drawing will be announced in a future video. Now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into today's story. To her friends in Titusville, Florida, 18-year-old Anna Kepner was pure energy. She was the kind of person who lived with no filter, a varsity cheerleader with a loud laugh, a bubbly spirit, and a deep love for Shawn Mendes. But Anna wasn't just living for the moment. She had a plan. A senior in high school, she was getting ready to graduate in 2026. According to reports, she had already taken military entrance exams and had spoke with recruiters about joining the U.S. Navy. Her ultimate dream was to serve her community as a canine police officer. Anna was a protector in the making, which makes it all the more tragic that no one was there to protect her when she needed it most. Anna was born on June 13, 2007, and grew up in Titusville, Florida. Titusville is a city in Brevard County, Florida, United States. Titusville has a population of around 48,000 residents and is located along the Indian River west of Merritt Island and the Kennedy Space Center and south-southwest of the Canaveral National Seashore. Titusville is often nicknamed Space City, USA, and Gateway to Nature and Space, as the city has a full and rich history with strong ties to space exploration and natural beauty. Anna Kepner was the daughter of Christopher Kepner and Heather Wright, though she was raised primarily in a blended family environment with her father and stepmother, Chantel Hudson, also referred to as Chantel Kepner in some reports. She was part of a large family that included 7 siblings and step-siblings. Anna was described by those who knew her as a people person with an infectious spirit. Friends and family said she lived life to the fullest and was bubbly, funny, and outgoing. Anna attended Titusville High School and Astronaut High School before transferring to Temple Christian School, where she was a senior and expected to graduate in 2026. She was an active member of the varsity cheer team, and from everything I've gathered, she simply loved life. As I said briefly before, Anna's aspirations were focused on public service. She was a fan of the Georgia Bulldogs and hoped to cheer for the University of Georgia. Anna had her whole life mapped out. But sadly, Anna would never be given the opportunity to reap the rewards of all that hard work and planning for the future. In early November of 2025, Anna and her large family boarded the Carnival Horizon. The Carnival Horizon is a massive 133,596-ton Vista-class cruise ship operated by the Carnival Cruise line. It first launched in 2018 and had room for approximately 3,960 guests. The cruise ship was packed with things to do. There were numerous dining options, a spa, an IMAX theater, mini golf, a water park, and so much more. Anna's family, her father, stepmother, 3 step-siblings, and her paternal grandparents were excited and hopeful that this vacation cruise would become a new yearly family tradition. The entire trip was supposed to be a bonding experience and a break from school and work. Now, on a cruise ship, quarters can be tight. Families often split up into different cabins. For Anna and her family, it was no different. Anna was ultimately assigned a room with her 2 step-siblings, including her 16-year-old and 14-year-old stepbrothers. Now, on the surface, this may not seem like a big deal, but given the information that has come to light during the investigation, there were red flags every step of the way. Now, from what's been reported, the first few days of the trip went according to plan. Everyone enjoyed the sun, food, and family time, but on the night of Thursday, November 6th, the atmosphere shifted drastically. That evening, the family gathered and went out to dinner together. During dinner, Anna informed everyone that she wasn't feeling like herself. She complained that her mouth hurt from her braces and told the family she was going to head back to the cabin to rest for a bit. On her way, she stopped briefly at the ship's casino, where she spoke with her grandparents. She proceeded to spend $20 before she said, "Meemaw, I love you guys, I'll see you later." Security cameras captured her at the casino and tracked her all the way back to her room. No one knew it at the time, but this would be the last time Anna Kepner was seen alive on CCTV. Now, the timeline here is critical. As of now, we don't have a lot of information, as the police are still early in their investigation. But from what's been reported, Anna entered her cabin and never left. Now, sometime later, her 16-year-old and 14-year-old stepbrothers returned to the cabin. Then at some point, the 14-year-old stepbrother left and was seen walking around the cruise ship taking some pictures. When he returned a short time later, he found Anna's bed to be empty. According to what I've read, the 14-year-old stepbrother just assumed Anna must have been feeling better and had gone back out to spend time with the adults that evening. Now, it's unclear, but I did read some reports that throughout the night, Anna's 16-year-old stepbrother left and returned to the cabin as well. According to some reports, security logs and cameras showed him as the only person entering or exiting that room during the critical overnight hours. As of now, we don't know for certain if this is the case, but these cruise ships have cameras everywhere. Also, the rooms have electronic key cards, and every time a card is used, it gets logged. So the police should have plenty of evidence to aid them in their investigation. The sun would rise the following morning on November 7th, 2025. Family members got showered and dressed and soon made their way to the dining area for breakfast. But Anna was seemingly nowhere to be found.
They called for a medical alert team to go to a stateroom. And when they said the number, I recognized the number immediately.
That morning, a housekeeper entered Anna's cabin. The scene inside the cabin was confusing at first. It looked quiet, but then the housekeeper checked under one of the beds and made a chilling discovery. There, wrapped tightly in blankets and concealed beneath a pile of orange life vests, they found the body of 18-year-old Anna Kepner. At 11:17 a.m. on November 7th, Anna Kepner was pronounced deceased. The FBI were notified immediately, and when the ship returned to port on November 8th, they assumed jurisdiction over the case, due to the death having occurred within international waters. The initial questions in this case were endless. Was it an accident? A medical episode? But the autopsy would reveal a much darker story. Anna hadn't just died, she had been murdered. Now, official autopsy results haven't been released to the public, but preliminary results were shared with the family, and the family shared some of the findings with reporters. According to the family, the cause of death was due to mechanical asphyxiation. Mechanical asphyxiation is a condition where breathing is stopped or impaired by a physical force or object. In Anna's case, it's believed that someone put her in a bar hold and slowly squeezed the life out of her. For those that don't know, a bar hold is a specific maneuver, often seen in wrestling or martial arts, where the forearm is pressed against the trachea to cut off air. It requires force, leverage, and intent. It is not something that happens by accident. As the police continued their investigation, more and more information has slowly trickled out. This information paints a much darker scenario than anyone could have imagined. At the same time, it paints a scenario that, in my humble opinion, could have been prevented. Now, before we move forward, I want to make one thing clear. No one involved in this case is guilty until they've had their day in court. This story is still fresh, the investigation is still underway, and some of what we discuss moving forward will be my opinion, nothing more. From all reports, the investigation is currently focused on Anna's 16-year-old stepbrother. When this stepbrother was questioned, reports suggest he claimed to have blacked out, insisting he has no memory of what happened. After getting back on dry land, the 16-year-old was hospitalized for psychiatric evaluation. According to the grandparents, he was an absolute mess after the death of his stepsister. Then, Anna's ex-boyfriend spoke to reporters, and the information that he shared revealed a much darker side to Anna's stepbrother.
How did you meet Anna?
Through a past relationship last year.
And how did you actually meet with her in school?
At school.
At school? What type of person was she?
She was a great woman, you know. I met her at school.
And the circumstances behind her death, you find them to be suspicious? And if so, tell me why.
It was suspicious because I knew that the brother did it, and yeah.
How do you know that?
Because of the past things that happened with him, like I was saying.
Which word was?
About the FaceTime and stuff.
What's the FaceTime?
Whenever I was on FaceTime with her, and when I was on FaceTime with her, and she was laying down, and the brother tried to go on top of her, and yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah.
And then how did she react to that?
I was like, what the hell are you doing in the room, you know? Then he got scared and like ran away. And I heard his footsteps like running through the house, you know, because he got caught.
So when you learned of her passing, you know, what was your reaction?
I ran away. He ran away. It was kind of crazy.
And when you learned that she passed away, how did you feel?
I felt very sad, you know, because that was my first love. She was the best that ever happened to me. And I'd even walk to her work to see her, you know, for like 5-10 minutes.
You could talk with her before her death?
Like 3 weeks before it, yes ma'am. I was actually supposed to go on the cruise that she went on, but we broke up before that.
When did you split?
We split up like 6 months ago.
6 months. Okay.
And everyone said she's just a bright light. So many people wearing bright colors today. How would you describe the kind of person she was?
She was a great person. She definitely knew how to throw on her outfit. She was great, you know. She knew how to put on colors. It wasn't like a basic outfit.
What do you think should happen?
I think that he should get thrown in jail for as long as possible. And yeah.
And when did you move into the house?
I have no idea.
Like a year or two?
Maybe like a year ago. I think so. I don't know.
You'd like to see justice for
I'd like to see a lot of justice. Yes.
Has she ever complained about his behavior before?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Okay. What did she complain about?
She complained about him being uncomfortable, or her being uncomfortable around him, because of the fact that he tried to go on top of her in the bed, and because of that she tried to go and stay the night at her friend's house and to dodge the staying the night at her house.
So that happened more than once?
Yes.
She ever bring that up with
How
her?
many times did that happen?
It happened one time, around like 3 a.m. that night.
That time when you were on the FaceTime call with her?
Yes, sir.
3 a.m.
Yes.
Did she ever report that to her father?
No, I have not. I've reported it to the FBI.
What is your name, ma'am? Okay, thank you.
Now, as you saw in the interview, Anna's ex-boyfriend reveals some pretty disturbing information. If this information is factual, then there was something much more alarming going on with Anna's stepbrother. According to all the information I've gathered, he allegedly had an infatuation with Anna. Even though they were step-siblings, he seemed to have a strong physical attraction to Anna. Also, according to reports, this issue with her stepbrother had been going on for quite some time, to the point that Anna had been actively trying to stay away from him. She would sleep over at friends' houses and was afraid to sleep in her own bed at home. Given this information, I can't fathom why her dad and stepmom put her in a room with him on this trip. I also want to point out another portion of this story I find a bit unsettling. We discussed that Anna wasn't feeling well and excused herself from dinner to go back to the cabin. What I find alarming is the fact that no one seemed to check up on her. As a parent, you would think her father or even her stepmother would pop in to make sure she was okay at some point, but from what we know now, that doesn't appear to have ever happened. On November 20th, 2025, Anna Kepner's celebration of life service was held at the Grove Church in Titusville, Florida. In the wake of the tragedy, Anna's family asked mourners not to wear black, but to wear bright colors to match her bright soul. They celebrated the girl who wanted to protect others, the cheerleader who lifted everyone up. As of now, the investigation is still ongoing, and because the suspect is a minor, the legal proceedings are complex and largely sealed. Did her obsessed stepbrother take her young life? If so, why? For everyone who has heard Anna's story, the question still remains: how does a dream vacation end in such a nightmare? Anna Kepner was only 18 years old. She had such a bright future ahead of her, and all that was taken away for reasons we have yet to understand. With all that said, I want to ask what each and every one of you think. I would love to start a conversation, so please leave your thoughts in a comment down below. In closing, I'd like to end the way I do most of my videos, and that's by sending my deepest condolences to all of Anna Kepner's family and friends. Thank you all for watching. This is not an AI channel. I do all the work here myself, and I would love if you subscribe, hit the like button, and left a comment down below. Also, I want to send a big thank you to all my Cellar Dweller channel members. Your support is immensely appreciated, and with that said, please consider checking out another one of my many videos, and I will see you all next time when we head back into the cellar.